Hi everyone, the following is a video I decided to make, just so I could spread the word on some little facts about Killzone Shadowfall's multiplayer. Now some of these may already be known to the more experienced players, but I believe most of these would not be known by the general population of the Killzone community. Hey, I could be wrong, so if I am, let me know. Otherwise I hope I share some things that you might find useful, though some of the things won't really affect the way you play. Okay, let's get started. The first thing that I just wanted to discuss is, which I didn't find out until a bit into the game, is the supply box actually beeps. Now, I probably didn't pick this up straight away because not many people actually use the supply box. I'm trying to show you here, but I'm playing an offline bot zone and this bot just kept annoying me. But you can probably hear the supply box beeping as I get a bit closer. The second thing that I just to let everyone know is that you actually can run out of your running ability. Now I'm just going to speed this up here, but because it does take some time for you to end up running out of your running ability. Not many people may know this because you die so quickly in Killzone that you probably never have a chance to do it. Oh, there isn't. You probably hear a knife swing soon. Normally when you hear that knife swing you have to run. Again, offline bot zone, so the bot kept chasing me around. I think it tries to shoot me. Yep, there it is. So again, I'll just speed it up. And it was around here that I lost the ability to run, so roughly a minute 40 seconds or 100 seconds. I find that amount of time interesting as well because it's the exact same amount of time that you actually have your spawn beacon maximum for. So maybe it was an actual ability that you leveled up but the developers decided to change.
New mission.
The third thing that I wanted to show everyone was give a little spawn beacon tutorial. There's three pieces of information that I'd like to show off here. Now, most people know that when you drop a spawn beacon, and I'm just going to kill myself to show you when I spawn on it, speed it up a little, that when you are waiting to spawn on a spawn beacon, it shows you the opposite direction of which you spawn, and you always spawn in the direction that the spawn beacon placer was facing when they placed the spawn beacon. Now, I'm just going to drop off here. So when you're waiting to spawn at someone else's spawn beacon, it shows you the opposite direction straight away, so it's a good way to know which way you're going to be facing. And you can actually use the right stick to look around, or the aim stick, but it doesn't unfortunately change the direction you spawn. You always end up spawning the direction that the spawn beacon was placed in. Now, what I'm going to show you just to begin with, I'm playing offline bot zone and I've turned friendly fire off, so that way I can destroy my own spawn beacons like I showed you there. I meleeed it in one shot, and what I found out was you can actually melee turrets. So I'm just going to drop my ground turret, there's my old body. So in 4 hits you can destroy melee turrets. Now you can also one-shot melee buddy drones and revive drones. I'm yet to do it to an air turret, but I'd love to see if you could. Now, speaking of air turrets, majority of people would recognise that you can place an air turret most of the time outside and you can't place it inside, as shown by green and red. But there's a lot of places inside where you can actually put an air turret. I'm on the park right now, and there's a little section up here where you can throw your air turret beacon, which will bring your air turret so we can fire at enemies inside. The air turret at the moment gets distracted by the bot that I'm playing against, so I'm going to go around the side. But I know levels like the Remains, the Divide, and the Slums, you can put air turrets inside. Even the Penthouse, you can get an air turret inside. I've seen it inside. You just have to find the right place to put the green beacon, to put the air turret beacon, sorry, when it turns green. This, I'd like to think that most people would know by now, but you can actually destroy petricite grenades. Again, I've got friendly fire off, so destroy my own petricite. So next time you see that green gas, just look for the petricite and give it a couple of shots. Again, I didn't find this out until well into the game, but a lot of other people might have already figured it out. There are actually explosive red barrels on the Slums. I see 2 here, but there's actually a third one, which I'll leave for you guys to try and discover for yourself. I believe there's only 3. They only take 1 bullet, they'll explode. Now, right now I'm playing offline bot zone still, so it doesn't really affect it. But when you're playing something like 24-player Warzone and you run past these and you give them a shot, they really make the frame rate drop and the whole screen shutter. So it's quite fun. Now, the following I'd love to see scouts do more often. I call it the laser stun trip drone mine. Essentially, you get out your stun drone, and you can, if you have the laser trip mine unlocked, you can put the laser trip mine on the stun drone. It gives it a nice little green spiky hairdo. But what the stun drone essentially does is it's motion censored, so when it senses an enemy, it will rush towards it, and with the laser trip mine on top of that, it will basically explode in their face. You can always pick it back up, as I show you there, if you change your mind. But it's always great to just leave that there and you run off and then you get a kill later. If unfortunately it doesn't pick up on an enemy and nothing happens, eventually it just, the stun drone times out, the laser trip mine drops, and I believe it's gone forever because I could never find it again. I looked around and nothing was there, but it's a really nice satisfying way to get a kill. I'm sure it makes other people angry though. I'd just like to take this opportunity to say the forest is a beautiful level. I know a lot of people play it the most, but I just think it's gorgeous. But anyway, I'm calling this one Supply Yourself. Essentially with the mobile mines, and this is also with the petricide as well, you can just essentially resupply yourself with your own supply box and just double up on your mobile mines. I speed this up here. I managed to get 5 spiders going at once. Eventually they time out and they just explode after a while. But if you're ever playing something like search and destroy and you're defending an area, if you just hang back, drop a supply box and just fire mobile mines over there, the enemies just see all these spider warning signs all around their screen. It's really quite fun to watch them scramble around trying to look for that spider. I know it's freaked me out a couple of times when I see the spider drone everywhere. Now the following is what the Killzone community has come to call trick spawns. I'm just going to give you an example here on the penthouse. Essentially what the crux of it is you'll drop a spawn beacon, and I'm just going to suicide and spawn on it to show you what I mean. Essentially you drop a spawn beacon in a location that would be really difficult for the enemy to find, so they can't destroy it. But what happens because of the position of it, and you always spawn facing the direction, like how this is facing a wall, you will actually spawn on the other side of the wall. Now there's a good number of trick spawns in practically every map so far. This is the one that I see most players using, and I'd just like to show you my favourite one though. This is on the remains. I discovered this myself. Others might know about it, but I think it's really cool. Essentially you come to connecting bridge between objective A and B, jump out the bridge, jump onto this broken antenna, drop the spawn beacon there. Now I've used this multiple times and I've yet to have the spawn beacon destroyed by the enemy. No one's ever noticed it, but when you spawn on this particular beacon placed there, you actually spawn in the bridge. And in my opinion, when you're on this map and you're playing objectively like Warzone Classic or 24-player, if you hold this bridge, I believe you essentially will win the game. And the last one I like to talk about, God, they're tough pillows. It's not really like massively fascinating. I just thought it was pretty cool when I discovered it. Is if you shoot these rocky little pebbles, you can actually hear the pebble noise. So here I am shooting out, and then shooting in. I don't know, I just think it's pretty cool. And I mean, Guerrilla didn't necessarily have to do that. It's the small things that make the game. And that's pretty much it. So I really hope you learned something. If you didn't learn a thing and you knew every single thing, feel free to let me know. If you learned something though, if I told you something that you weren't necessarily aware of, again, I'd love to know. If you know some other little interesting things about Killzone Multiplayer, Shadowfall Multiplayer, let me know as well. I'd love, essentially just let me know what you think, and I'll see you out there. Thank you.